often find myself wondering what I'm allowed to pray for. What am I allowed to petition the Lord for? Or maybe better said, what is of interest to God in my life? Is it everything or only spiritual things? Am I allowed to pray for temporal things? Stuff that's bigger than lost keys, but smaller than forgiveness? I wonder about this enough that I ask it aloud to my friends and family sometimes. I find that the answers vary, but come in 3 flavors. First, a resounding, of course you can pray for anything and everything. Second, God only cares for spiritual things because those are the only lasting things. And third, I don't know. Instinctually, I fall into the everything and anything category, but in practice, I think I'm in the I don't know camp most of the time. Why? Because I don't know. I don't have experience praying for something that I want and getting it, at least not that I can remember. I have a lot of experience praying for things that I desperately need and getting them, but need and want are different. So I don't know because I have no personal experience with God granting me wants, even wants that I feel come from a deep desire to do what's right or live up to the potential God gave me. I'm not talking about money and material things. I know that that's silly, and I know better than to go to God with that kind of thing. The saying, "Be careful what you wish for," was coined for just such a practice. Even so, when I'm feeling bold and confident in prayer, I think about Mark chapter 11, verse 24, when Jesus said, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." So maybe the answer is everything and anything, because everything and anything has the potential to impact our spiritual health. Maybe that's what it means, but I can't help but get snagged on the word believe. Believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. And like a loose knit sweater, I unravel. Maybe it's an issue of belief. Maybe I don't believe in the deep, true, unabashed way Jesus spoke of. Maybe when I use the humble phrase, "but your will be done," after my plea, what I'm adding isn't so much recognition of God's better understanding of what would be best for me, but an exception that I can fall into when I ultimately don't get what I asked for. And I have to admit, that's neither humility nor belief. Still, I wonder, maybe we are only meant to pray for spiritual things. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean that is the lesser of the 2 options. I truly believe that if that is the answer, it's more than okay. Jesus spent his ministry trying to help people understand that the only real things are spiritual things. God, love, family, forgiveness, potential, gratitude, generosity, human worth. Maybe there's a lesson in the idea that God prefers or is more likely to answer prayers over spiritual things. Maybe we need to learn to hope for eternally lasting things more than temporal things. Perhaps we need to learn to let our mortal concerns go, and prayer is an exercise of that lesson. Or maybe the only honest answer to all of this is I don't know. God, our eternal Father, doesn't reveal himself to us all at once. He does so in the ups and downs of our lives. It's possible that in every yes, no, and not yet, God is teaching us something of himself and ourselves. And maybe the biggest lessons about who he is comes when we have to ask ourselves what we hope for and what we hope in. Ultimately, I believe that God's plans are better than our plans, and his plans will win out so long as we don't get in the way. And his plans include both temporal and eternal things. That's where my hope lives. Though it isn't a concrete answer to the posed question, it is where I'm at. I don't know where or if there are bounds to what we can hope for and ask for, but I guess in the end, it doesn't hurt to just ask. And in the words of the Apostle Paul, at this season in your life, I say, May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit.